Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's talk Married at First Sight, Season 15, San Diego, Episode 10, Moody Month Anniversaries. If you're brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. The key word there is me. Tammy. My is literally at the end of the word. Alright? So, if you enjoy that type of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Thumbs up the video. Hop into the comment section. I reply back to comments. Everyone's replying back to each other. It's a whole jam in the comment section, alright? So, before we get started, I do want to shout out my super thanks from last week. Hold on, I took a screenshot of you guys. Alright, so, a huge thank you to Natasha, to Jen T, Geraldine Williams, sorry if I pronounced that wrong, and Claudia Cornejo. Alright, so a huge thank you to you guys. Super appreciate it. You guys don't have to do that, but you guys are literally giving, out of your own pocket. So I truly appreciate that. All right. So let's go ahead and get started with the mess from this week. So I'm gonna start with Ben and Morgan, because I know I'm gonna have a very unpopular opinion on this, and I don't care. All right. I don't care because I think people are being very one-sided with this, and I think a lot of it is because y'all don't like Morgan. Y'all don't like for a plethora of reasons. Glasses are filthy. I see the error in both of their ways. So I'm going to address both of them and not just give Morgan a pass not just give Ben a pass because he has a pretty smile and he has a great body and all that other stuff. This falls on both of them. All right. So Ben and Morgan. So Morgan's episode starts off with Morgan meeting up with a friend. She found out that Ben is still going to Justin and talking about their marital issues or just their marriage in general. Justin and Ben are still talking on a daily basis, which is something that she has kind of asked Ben not to do. Don't go run to Justin and talk about, if you have an issue with me, talk to me about it. So Alexis apparently told Morgan, because Alexis and Morgan are friends, like all the women are friends, all the men are friends. So Alexis told Morgan some of the stuff that she has heard. Apparently Justin talks to Ben, I should say, on speakerphone, why? I hate people that talk on speakerphone when there are other people around. I myself, if I call you or you call me and I can tell you're on speaker, I won't talk. I cannot stand to be on speakerphone. I can't stand it. So while Justin is talking to Ben on speakerphone, Alexis is being nosy and listening to the entire conversation. So Morgan has been staying back at her apartment. She said that telling her friend that she went back up to their shared apartment and kind of told Ben, heard about what you did and blah, 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 and all that other stuff. Once Morgan stormed out, because Ben did kind of chase after her, Morgan made a comment that was kind of like, he kind of chased after me. You wanted him to run after you, and he didn't. So you feel a way about that because you were just with a man. I am super greasy, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have blotted my face. It'll be better for the next recap. But Morgan, she was just telling Ben how in her last relationship that guy said that he would, fight the world for her and do all this other stuff. Ben is not giving you that same energy. So you, for all intents and purposes, like, you have an issue with that, right? So she says that Ben, as soon as she left, Ben went over to Justin and Alexis' apartment. Alexis texted her and said, Ben is here. I'm sitting next to him right now. Now, this is where my issue comes in with Alexis, okay? I don't have an issue with Alexis telling Morgan, your guy over here running his mouth about you. I don't have a problem with that because that's what a real friend is supposed to do, right? I would also prefer to not hear about it through the grapevine either. So my issue though is, Alexis, why did you have to text her that? Like, I mean, on one hand, I get it, but because it's probably on some, I don't want you to feel like I'm in the middle of this type stuff. But on the other hand, it's like, why did you have to tell her that? So Morgan Ben FaceTimed Morgan. And Morgan is like, I lost it. I was out of character. It wasn't out of character, girl. That's how you behave. That's how you behave. That wasn't out of character. Because we don't heard about you kicking your friend's teeth out. I haven't forgotten. So Morgan is telling him to leave the other couples out of it. And I agree. Don't get in an argument with me about what you told other couples and then you run back to that same couple. See, and I think that's the part that's getting lost on people on Twitter. Yes, a big part of this is because Morgan did initially lie, right? We've established that. Morgan should have never came on the show and lied about having a bachelor's. Don't lie about things that can be fact-checked, right? I feel wholeheartedly about that. For those of y'all that have been watching me, you know that I just graduated. I went back to school during COVID, got my bachelor's, just graduated in May of this year. There were people prior to that assumed I had a degree. I will correct people right away. I do not have a degree. So, I just kind of feel like, don't lie about things that can be fact-checked. Morgan should have never lied about having a bachelor's. Right? Now that we got that, that's sitting in this cup here. That's here, all right? We're going to leave this over to the side. Keep it right here. On the other part of that, though, if I am telling you, my husband, stop going to other people when you can come to me and talk about something, don't carry your ass back to that same person. And I think that's what people are missing. I get it. The couples are all living here together. They're going to talk. They're going to vent. They're going to do that. I totally get that. I absolutely do. But if I'm telling you, don't go talking about our issues to this one specific person because this person clearly pillow talks and runs his mouth, I expect you to have that courtesy to not do that. And the fact that Ben cannot do that and is lying about that is an issue. Then on top of that, you run right back to the same couple. Right back to the same couple. Am I crazy? Like, is it me? Am I the only one that is missing this? So while they're there, she's telling Ben, you need to leave the apartment and talk to me. Why are you over there talking to them? Morgan, you left. You left. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just Morgan. It's not just Ben. It is both of them. Both of them lack emotional maturity and emotional intelligence to deal with this type of marriage. Neither one of them should have carried their asses on this show and married a stranger. Because Morgan is clearly just not there as a whole. She's not ready to be married. And Ben is judgmental. Ben has judged her from the moment that she said that she had family issues. The moment that he heard that, he was judging her ass. He was done with it. So Ben is like, okay, I get it. He gets up and leaves. And I'm like, okay. So then we see Morgan waking up on their 1 month anniversary alone, talking about, well, I didn't expect to wake up like this. Well, why didn't you? You went home. You've been staying at home. A lot of this, Morgan, is because Ben made a mistake. A big one, but he made a mistake. You blew up at him about that and you've been holding on to that. You haven't allowed him to try to correct his wrong. You've been holding on to him. You've been holding on to that. But then she says she doesn't want to see him, but she's going to see him later because she has some things to talk to him about. Wasn't it Tabitha Brown that said, if you can't, try to have a good day, and if you can't, don't go ruin someone else's? She needs to start watching Tabitha Brown. She does. So then we see Morgan at a martial arts gym trying to blow off some steam. This is where everything goes downhill. We get to the place where they got married. They're back at their wedding venue. Ben said that he wants to surprise her by having her meet him at the place where they got married because their wedding was so perfect. Everything about that day was perfect. Water. I said, okay. He has roses, got on his little shirt, button down, ever so, kind of come hither. Okay. Morgan turns and comes walking down like she's about to wrestle. I don't understand why Morgan, and I'm not one of those women that feels like you have to be overly feminine or anything like that, but Morgan is just very girl. If you can't walk in heels, don't wear them. If you can't walk in a wedge, don't wear them. But the way you came stomping the yard down this grass, he knew what time it was. You didn't even come in and try to lean into it. You came right with the rah. So he hands her some roses and he's telling her, be careful, there are thorns. And she throws them down. Now, for me, if I was Ben, Ben should have walked his ass away then. That was rude and disrespectful. There was absolutely no need to do that. You could have easily said, you know what, I'm not going to accept those. Don't take something from me and throw it down. I feel like that is rude. I'm sorry, that is rude. I didn't find it funny or anything of the sort. That was extremely rude to me. So she goes through this speech about how, when she wrote her vows, it was supposed to be about somebody protecting her and loving her and having her back and all this other stuff. And she feels like she feels like Ben does not deserve those vows. Those weren't written for you. She asked him to come clean one final time. She said that he would go out with the guys and they would be like, oh, what did you guys all talk about? And that Ben would say right away, oh, I told them out of respect for my wife, I'm not going to talk about anything. Come to find out, he's still been going to Justin and talking about things. And this is the part where I think a lot of people, because we all don't like Morgan, right? So this is the part where because people do not like Morgan, they are completely on Ben's side. So apparently Ben told Justin that Morgan is jealous that his family is perfect. I heard it loud and clear, so I'm not sure why people kept saying, what did he say about her? She said it very loud and clear. I'm sure there are other things. Now, for the people that keep saying her life is on television, the marriage is on television, these are not things that he's going back and saying that are shown on the show. You know what I mean? It's not the same as him saying she lied about having her bachelor's, right? That's one thing. But for you to make a statement that Morgan is jealous because I have a good relationship with my family, that's a problem. Because, we haven't seen that conversation or whatever. That's not something that you go back and tell. And I think it's baffling to me that all these adults on Twitter are not understanding how damning that is to say that about somebody, right? Because maybe she does feel away. You know what I mean? Because she clearly wants to have like a better familial relationship. So maybe she does feel a way about that. But for that to be something that you're going back and telling somebody, like the same person that you told that she lied about having her degree to, like, come on. Like, Ben is wrong in this situation. Morgan is wrong for how she's handling it, but Ben is absolutely wrong. I don't care what y'all say. You will not change my opinion on this. Ben is wrong. Because if I'm telling you, I don't want you talking to this specific person about our marital issues, I want you to come to me, then that's what you do. And I guess my whole thing is like, Ben don't have nobody else. Where's the group of people that Ben was sitting on, that Ben was talking to before he even married them? Justin is not your friend. You just met his ass. Justin is not your best friend. Justin is not somebody you can trust. Justin is not somebody that you can be a confidant to. Or that you can confide in, I should say. Justin don't even have his own shit in order at his own house. And for all the people that wrote me on Twitter saying, well, they live together to do this. That's not the purpose of them living together, to go and talk shit about your wife to another couple. That's not the purpose of that. Especially stuff like that. Like, y'all are just, I'm baffled. Truly baffled. So, lost my spot. Okay. So, apparently he's gone to Miguel about other stuff. And Ben keeps trying to say, well, it was just, and she's not letting him talk. But then she's saying, oh, you don't have anything to say? Let him talk. You see what I'm saying? It's both of them. It's both of them, y'all. It's not just Morgan. It's not just Ben. It is both of them that are toxic, and neither one of them were ready for marriage. On top of the fact that they don't like each other. I don't think they're truly attracted to each other. So that takes a toll on that, on how these people and how these couples interact as well. So he said that he only went to Miguel about being a people pleaser. He then tries to flip it, reverse psychology on that ass, and tells her, I'm sure you went to people too. And she said, no. You can look through my phone and see how many times I've called Lindy. I said, how many times have you called Alexis? How many times have you called Kristen? How many times have you talked to Sasha? Why did you only mention Lindy? Because you don't talk to Lindy. So of course you're not going to be talking to Lindy. Eyes on you, Morgan. So, Morgan then tells him that any respect that she did have for him is gone, zilch, finito. I've lost every ounce of respect. She said, I hope you enjoy this day and this dinner and these roses and all of this stuff, because I'm gone. And then she turns and walks away like the hunchback of Notre Dame, because she's very aggressive. So see, Morgan, as we can see, Morgan wants people to chase after her. So as production runs after her, I didn't talk to him. You didn't keep on walking, though. You didn't keep on walking. You stopped. So then Ben comes over and said, fine, I will own up to everything, and then, like, let's go work it out. So they go sit down. Ben in his confessional said, this is a nightmare. I said, it is. It's a nightmare for us to watch. So Ben said this is a nightmare in his confessional. He said he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't, and he just does not know how anything can change from here. He said he feels like he's in an uphill battle and he cannot see the top. I said, preach, preacher. Come on, Ben. Throwing out the bars. Because it's real, though. Ben is never going to win with Morgan. Ever. Because Morgan is still holding on to the fact that he told Justin way back when on the honeymoon that he thinks she's lying about being a nurse. So he admits, so Morgan is like, stop putting the other couples in the marriage. You put Justin in the middle. And he said he's not in the middle. And I disagree with that, Ben. You have put Justin in the middle. The moment that you opened up your marriage and your marital troubles, your relationship troubles, your troubles with a friendship or anything like that, the moment that you include another person, you are putting them into that relationship. You're putting them in the middle of that situation. Whether you think you're doing it inadvertently or not, that's what you're doing. So, before I forget, what was that white shit on Justin's mouth? Now, this is the second episode that we have seen this Tyrone Biggums going on. Now, I don't know if it is it dried spit? Is it tonsil stones? What is going on? And I couldn't stomach it. Like, and then it kept, like, going away and disappearing. I know that was editing. But, like, I guess I was more upset with Morgan in that scene, because I am a person that if you got something in your mouth, I'm going to tell you, hey, you got something right here. Good job, right? There you go. Then we can continue the conversation. But I would not have been able to take Ben seriously with shit around his mouth like that. Now, this is the second episode, Ben. Do not let it happen again. Don't. Maybe if you start brushing your teeth and washing your face with the lights on, then you would see stuff like that. Nonetheless, while they are sitting at the table, he finally admits to involving Justin and talking to him multiple times. She said that is the one thing she asked him not to do. And that's what I'm going back to. That is the one thing I'm asking you not to do. You knew that you shouldn't have been doing it. You knew it was going against something that I asked, because that's why you were lying about it. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that people keep saying, well, he doesn't have a friend, he needs somebody to vent to, it's not a big deal. Y'all are bullshitting yourselves if you're going to sit up here and say that you told your boyfriend, you told your girlfriend, you told your partner not to go talk to this specific person about what's going on in our marriage, and that person goes and does it. You're not going to say, oh, that's just a friend, it's not a big deal. That's not how that's going to go. Stop capping, stop lying for Twitter and for the internet, because y'all know y'all would be pissed. Y'all know y'all would be the same way that Morgan is pissed. So he said that it's talking to a person that he trusts. And I guess my whole thing is, you don't have nobody else that you can talk to, Ben. Nobody. You have to go talk to Justin. You're going to keep going to the one person. You know why he's going to talking to Justin? Because Justin is going to co-sign everything that Ben wants to hear. Justin's going to tell Ben, because Justin already cried about it to Alexis, about how Ben is a great guy, and he deserves more, and he deserves better, and he deserves the perfect wife. So, of course, you're going to keep going back to him, because Justin is telling you exactly what you want to hear. Justin's not going to tell you, you know what, maybe you shouldn't have lied to her about that. You know what I mean? Give her some grace if she has, familial insecurities and different things like that. Justin's not going to tell you that. So that's why Ben keeps going to him. Go talk to Miguel. Hell, call Mitch's blunt ass. Mitch is going to give it to you raw. Go talk to him about it. You're going to Justin for a reason. So she said that it's lying to her face. He said it's not. It's talking to someone that he trusts. And I'm like, baby, Ben, honey, I get that you trust Justin, but that's still lying to her face. Because if you are telling her that you're not talking to Justin and you are, that's a lie, sweetheart. No matter how you spin it, that is a lie. That is a lie. So she says she doesn't understand how he can break her trust the first time and then do it all over again. I said, girl, I don't either. But it's because Ben doesn't like you and both of y'all are looking for ways out. That's really what it comes down to. Both of you are looking for ways out. So she said that it would be easy to walk away. But she's not going to do that. She said, I'm going to continue to process because I want you to see me every single day and know how you hurt me. And if I was Ben, I'd have said, fuck you, bitch. Because I absolutely not. What you're not going to do is feel like you're going to torment or punish this grown-ass man because he broke your trust. That's not how that works. If you don't want to be married to him anymore, skedaddle your ass on back to the gym. But don't do that. Don't torment that man. Don't do that as a punishment. Because who's to say that Ben won't say fuck this and go tell the experts himself that he's done with it? Like, Morgan really, what do I always say? We gotta get some perspective about ourselves, girl. You are not a prize. Let's keep that in mind. Let's keep it all the way a stack. You are not a prize, Morgan, that you feel like you can dangle yourself in front of him, say you're gonna look at me. What? So Ben wants to know if they can even make it the next 4 weeks. Ben, no. I'm going to tell you, no, you can't. That's it. This is it. This is done. In her eyes, you have broken her trust twice. Okay? You already said yourself, you can't see the top. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Stop looking for it. It ain't there. Cut your losses and go home. Morgan stomps her ass on the way. So then Ben goes back to the honeymoon suite, and it's still just Justin, someone I can vent to. He's just someone to vent to. And I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that shit. You can vent to anybody. You can vent to literally anybody. But I'm not going to, because they have friends come on here all the time. Miguel is venting to his friend that comes on the show literally all the time. We see Kristen venting to her friends that are on the show literally all the time. You can have your friends come onto the show and vent. You're venting to Justin for a reason. You're venting to Justin because you know Justin is going to tell you exactly what you want to hear back. So he's in the honeymoon suite. Says he felt like he got punched in the face. You did. She got your ass. She got you. And then he's met with like the honeymoon box and he's sniffling as he's just going to go on back to the house. Because going back to the house. Later, when the couples are going out to their group dinner, Ben and Morgan do not appear. Ben should have came and still said that, Morgan, she's being Morgan. Let me know what you guys felt about tonight's episode. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Don't ask me what episode I'm watching, what show I'm watching. I honestly and truly feel it is both of their issues. It is. Both of them are the problem. Hop in the comment section down below. Thumbs up the video if you have not already. And don't forget to subscribe.